Hi, I'm here to tell you guys about some pros and cons about some pretty famous, apps, I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with. Don't mind the voice, we're not doing it today. But anyways, I'm just going to start off with one that everybody knows about, Facebook. I'd probably rate it a 7 out of 10 just because I don't use it. I feel like it's an old people app, but it's not really. That's just what I call it. My mom, maybe grandma, aunt, dad, uncles, they use it. You can vlog the live, share and like photos, comment, even FaceTime and call on their messenger app that goes with the app. So I'm pretty sure they would rate it probably an 8, maybe even 9 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10 for the grown-ups. But for me, it's 7 out of 10 because I don't use it. But if I were to use it, it's very useful and handy. So the next one I would do is Instagram. I love Instagram. Automatically 10 out of 10. Just from the likes to the shares. It's a simple app. You can look up the global page, find new things, look at inspirational lists, just all of it. I love every last bit of it. You can go live and it's for everyone. It's for everyone. So I give Instagram a 10 out of 10. I don't think that there's any cons, honestly. Not a con. You can change, your usernames, everything. Just 10 out of 10 for Instagram. I love it. So the next up would be Snapchat. I'd give Snapchat a 8, maybe even 9 out of 10. I love everything about it, except for that you cannot change your username, which I know a lot of people would want to do that and not having to start a whole new Snap, because I know their Snap scores could be high, because mine is actually still fine, but some people have like their 6th grade usernames, which is like lollipop212, which I know is embarrassing, I know, but mine's is still pretty plain, but I'm fine with it, but I wouldn't change it. And they're having all these updates besides the username. So if they allow us to change the update, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 real quick. But yeah, and last one, Twitter. No, I don't like Twitter. I don't have Twitter. People get a lot of their resources from Twitter, which are false and non-reliable. I feel like it's more of an adult-ish app, teenagers or younger kids should not use it as much as they use Instagram or Snap, because you can control what you can see on there and not so much Twitter. So I give Twitter a 6 out of 10 just because I can take the things on there if I were to get the app, but I'm not going to get it, no way. But if I were to get it, I wouldn't really enjoy it anyway. So those are some pros and cons of some apps that you guys most likely have or don't have. So you can maybe get them or even delete them. So
have you ever wanted to get into skating, but you really never knew how? In this video, I'll give you a quick rundown on how to get started, basic advice, and some simple tricks. First, you'll want a skateboard. I would suggest Braille skateboardings. Their beginner boards are really reliable and cheap. Skateboarding is a pretty expensive hobby, and there are many gatekeepers in the community. Honestly, all you need to get into the sport is determination and a few $100s. Skateboarding is extremely hard, so I'll give you some few tips, some basic information, and just a general rundown. First of all, you'll want to get comfortable riding on your board. If you need to go to the store down the street, ride your skateboard. If you really want to get into skateboarding, you need to know how to ride one. Now that you have a little experience riding around, you'll want to learn a trick. Personally, I'd start with a shove it, but today I'll show you an ollie.
Oh my. I'm going to show you how to ollie. I think ollies for me are pretty easy and simple. If you have a skateboard and know how to shove already, you pretty much might already know how to ollie. So I'm gonna just show you one for reference. Alright, that's pretty much a basic ollie onto something. Ollies off are a little harder, but I will show you how to do an ollie now. The ollie is pretty basic. It's one of those tricks that once you learn it, it will unlock so many other tricks like kickflip, and it's a fundamental of skateboarding. So the basic motions of it is you're slamming as hard as you can down on this foot. As soon as you slam down on this foot, you're bringing up this foot right here, kind of where this pocket is. You really wanna slide your foot, like your little toes here, as hard as you can, so you get that popping motion. But as you're moving your foot up, you want to be releasing your back foot. So it's like that. Once you got that, you got it on lock.
Good morning, Newton Cardinals. Have you heard or seen the new most likely list on Instagram? Well, I'm going to be rating it today, and what I thought of these most likely too. First up, we have most toxic, Cade Couples. I personally don't know him, but I can see how his strive for attention could be perceived as toxic. Today I'm here with Cade Couples. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So, why do you think you got voted most toxic?
I'm a really big attention seeker, so I can see why people can mix up those views and get it confused with toxicity instead of just wanting to be the first man.
Okay. And what do you think about being voted for this position?
It's kind of cool, actually. I mean, I got voted for something.
Next, we have worst driver, Mary Beth Walters. I mean, I haven't seen her driving, but I've seen her parking. And her parking, on the other hand, is not good. Next, we have best couple, Ashay Mallow and Zane Carter. Now, these two lovebirds, all in. Now, I could see how they got the best couple because, I mean, the picture on Instagram, perfect. Next, we have Psycho Mother, goes to Derek Couples. I honestly think everyone's mother is a psycho in a way. But, I mean, Derek, you totally won this. Your mom probably is a psycho. But I mean, in a nice way, you are crazy. Today I'm with Derek Couples. How are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm great. Why did you get psychopathic mother?
Because my mom is actually a psychopath and she's evil.
Oh. My second question is, how do you feel about being voted for that position?
I was really glad because I voted for myself for that position.
Most likely to commit a hate crime, Tay Glanakis. He looks scary. He might act scary. I don't know because I honestly don't know him. But I'm wondering what his hate crime would be. Like, who knows? Biggest school threat, Brooke Muchka. I work with Brooke, okay? I work with her. Her attitude is just off the charts. Like, don't ever get on her bad side. You don't want to be on her bad side. She has the attitude you don't want to mess with. Today I'm here with Brooke Muchka. On the site today, you got biggest school threat. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I do have attitude, but I think most of it comes from like my RBF, but besides that, that's not it.
Okay, and what do you think about being voted for this position? How do you feel about it?
I mean, I do come off a little strong, but if you personally don't know me, I don't think like, if you knew me, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, she's a school threat. So, that's it.
Next I have nicest student herself, the queen, Marin Pettigrew. You guys honestly got this correct. Like, she is so nice. I've never seen Marin in a bad mood. I've never seen her yell or give sass back to someone. With anyone. She's just the most humble student. Like, she is never upset about anything. I have best mullet, Anthony Bestell. I don't know how he has the best mullet because there are some great mullets in this school. I can see how he has the beautiful hair. Like, it is silky. It looks so smooth. He looks like he takes great care of it. Well, that's all I have for this video. I hope you all have a great day, and thank you for being with me during this video.
Color guard was invented by a lady named Peggy Twiggs. She came up with the move called the Peggy Spin. Before the Peggy Spin, guard members would usually just show the flags at different angles, just like the military. Color guards started performing indoors in the East and the Midwest in the early 60s, and in the South and the West in the late 60s. Northern California had Color Guard Association, and they had their first show indoors 1968 and through 1969. During war, soldiers would like band to come along on the battlefield. Winter Guard started from Color Guard, which was a part of the marching band that was formed from the military. Color Guard takes its name from soldiers responsible for guarding the regimental flag or colors. Military origin accounts for guards, rifle-shaped wooden props, and dull-edged sabers. The military used actual rifles to spin. In the military, it is more of a form of respect, but schools would use wooden rifles and sabers.
Thrill rides that I'm excited for. The first one is Splash Mountain. It opened on July 17th, 1992. Splash Mountain is based on the 1946 Disney movie Song of the South, which is based on Uncle Remus and the stories of Joel Chandler Harris, a white Southern author who said to have heard stories from the Black Americans in the 19th century. The second one is Big Thunder Mountain. It opened on September 2nd, 1997. It is based on Bryce Canyon National Park and its stunning landscapes. Big Thunder Mountain is very protective of the gold it has within, and the unfortunate soul who attempts to mine its riches is destined to fail. The backstory of Big Thunder Mountain. The story begins in the little town of Rainbow Ridge in the 1800s, the time of the gold rush. When gold was discovered, miners constructed a rail system to support the gold. Unbeknownst to the settlers, the mountain was cursed by the spirit of Big Thunder. The third one is the Hogwarts Express. It opened July 1st, 2014. The Hogwarts Express was built in early to mid-19th century. Ottoline Gamble, then the Minister of Magic, was inspired by the Muggle invention of trains. This invocation solved the problem of transporting hundreds of students to and from Hogwarts every year without attracting Muggle attraction.
These are the top 5 best golf courses to play at in the United States. 5. Chicago Golf Course in Wheaton, Illinois. The course is 6,877 yards and par 70. Shinnecock Hills Golf Course in Southampton, New York. The course is 7,445 yards and par 70. Cypress Point Club in Pebble Beach. The course is 6,524 yards and par 72. 2. Augusta National in Georgia. The course is 7,475 yards and par 72. And lastly, number 1, Pine Valley Golf Course in Clementon, New Jersey. The course is 7,181 yards and par 70.
Drew Brees. Drew Brees was a QB and started his career in San Diego for the Chargers. But after his rookie contract was up 5 years, he went to the Saints, where he would spend the rest of his career and break records and most likely a Hall of Famer. Number 2, Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers was a QB and started his career as a New York Giant, but ended his career in Indianapolis with a Colt, but is mostly known for the time he played in San Diego. Jason Witten was a tight end and would start off his career as a Dallas Cowboy, but would retire years later, then come out of retirement and stay with the Cowboys. Then he joined the Raiders in 2020 and retired this offseason, most likely to be a Hall of Famer. Greg Olsen. Greg was a tight end who started his career off in Chicago as a Bear, but would be known for his time as a Carolina Panther, and then retire for the Seattle Seahawks and has a good chance of being a Hall of Famer. Julian Edelman. He was drafted by the Patriots and would come in on special teams, but would earn his starting spot as wide receiver. And he would do great along Tom Brady and Robert Gronkowski, and would be a trio to run the NFL for years.
Number 6, Marquise Pouncey. Marquise would start his career in Pittsburgh and would retire there as well, but would be known for as a great center and a huge role for their winning seasons. Number 7, Mike Pouncey. Mike would be drafted by the Dolphins and would go on to be a Charger. And that's what he was most well known for. Mike Pouncey would be drafted by the Dolphins and would go on to be a Charger, but he's most well known for being a great center along his brother, Marquise. Patrick Chung was a safety who started his journey as a Patriot and would leave but later come back for the Patriots. He would be a key role in many of their Super Bowls and would retire for them as well. Number 9, Mike Lupia. Mike would start his career in San Francisco but would end his career in Arizona and would be most known for as an elite guard for a while. Number 10, Alex Smith. Alex Smith would start his career off in San Francisco, but would be known for his time in Kansas City. He was also with the Washington football team in 2019, and that's where he would have a gruesome leg injury. And then in 2020, he would come back and win Comeback Player of the Year and join them halfway through the year.
Facts about E for Everyone game. E for Everyone is the most played rating games around the U.S. And today I'm doing a story about the top 3 most played E for Everyone games. Starting us off at number 3 is Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing New Horizons. Adorable and brimming with a lot of impossible numbers of possibilities. The latest installment in Nintendo's beloved Animal Crossing series lets players explore an island and make it their home. There's a lot of cute creatures to get to know, as well as furniture to craft. Number 2 being Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team XD, a remake of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games from 2005. This game lets players of all ages play as characters who turn into Pokemon and take on missions. The gameplay exists in this satisfying and compelling cycle. Players take a variety of jobs that are either story-based or optional with different requirements, such as rescuing other Pokemon or gathering resources. Number 1, and our last one is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Sackboy: A Big Adventure is based on the hit puzzling platforming series Little Big Planet, released both on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, with differences between the 2 versions of the games allows fans to play in single player or multiplayer with up to a total of 4 players.
Here's my top 5 best places to visit in the U.S. Not surprisingly, the Big Apple or New York is one of the top destinations in the U.S. with so much for visitors to do in the city. No wonder travelers agree that America's largest city is something to be seen. One of the most popular activities among tourists is seeing a Broadway show, visits to Times Square, New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art, Ellis Island, and the Empire State Building are just a few of the endless possibilities for tourists in New York. Another amazing place to visit is Florida. Between the sandy beaches and year-round entertainment of Miami and family-friendly fun of the Disney and Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida always makes the top of the charts for American tourism. Sunny, warm beach destinations comprise the majority of major travel agents' top U.S. vacation spots. These destinations in Florida tell that story again and again. Or how about this location, the Grand Canyon? To experience some of the most inspiring views America has to offer, plan a trip to Grand Canyon National Park. The Colorado River weaves its way through the 277-mile-long canyon, making it a top destination for whitewater rafting. The Arizona Park is also a super awesome spot to hike, offering scenic paths like the Bright Angel and North Kaibab trails. Regardless of how you choose to spend your time in the Grand Canyon, you're sure to feel small against its towering rock formations and expansive vistas. The next location you might want to visit is Washington, D.C. The nation's capital has a lot going for it. Fill your days with visits to iconic landmarks like the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument. Plus, the city's plethora of Smithsonian museums give you plenty to do on rainy or hot days. When the weather cooperates, explore some of DC's green spaces such as U.S. National Arboretum and Rock Creek Park. A stroll along the Georgetown waterfront is also a relaxing way to spend an afternoon. And don't forget to check out the city's lively restaurants and bar scene in areas like the U Street and the H Street quarters. The other place you should visit is Seattle. Seattle may be known for its constantly soggy weather, but this city in the Pacific Northwest has plenty to offer travel buffs. First things first, grab a coffee. Seattle is the most undisputed epicenter of the most popular beverage and is home to Starbucks world headquarters. After getting your caffeine fix, enjoy the city's laid-back aura. Spend your stay mingling with locals and tourists at Pike Place Market and then head southeast of the city center to hike Mount Seas trails, or get a dose of Seattle's art scene while pursuing the exhibits at the Seattle Art Museum and the Olympic Sculpture Park. Thank you for your time.
There are 77 days until the fair. There are many new things at the fair this year. South Park Ranch is the newest outlaw to hit the Iowa State Fairgrounds as a pork-centric restaurant, bar, and enhanced food hall in the former Diamond Jack's property. They also have a lot of healthy food, not always on your mind when you come to the fair. The Iowa State Fair does have a healthy dose of good food for you. The Des Moines Register and Iowa State University. They have the baked potatoes and corn on the cob, carrots with ranch, and fruit on a stick. Fairground hours are 8 to midnight, buildings 9 to 8, Thrill Parks, Thrillville 10 to midnight, Thrill Town 9 to 10 p.m., Thrill Zone 10 a.m. to midnight. These are some things I want to do at the fair. At the Grandstand, I want to see Sam Hunt because he has good music. I also want to try pie on a stick because I did not know that was a thing. And then I want to go on all the rides because that's the best part.
So officially, the United Mexican States is a country in the southern portion of North America. The population of Mexico is around 127.6 million. Mexico is a great place for vacations. The average price of a 7-day trip to Mexico is $997 for a solo traveler, $1,571 for a couple, and $2,150 for a family of 4. In 2020, Mexico welcomed 23.3 million international tourists, around half of the inbound tourism volume recorded a year earlier. Mexico is best known for its amazing beaches and lifestyles. Most of the hotels are affordable and cozy, but depending on the hotel, there are amazing views of the beach or sun. Mexico is known for its amazing foods and drinks. Either way, you can love it or dislike it. Be respectful. Most of the food is either homemade or bought from their local stores or shops. For most of part of Mexico, you must have different money or change depending on where you go. The money is called Mexican pesos. It's a good idea to get some Mexican pesos before you arrive in Mexico. Although you won't receive the best rate of exchange, it may save you some worries upon your arrival. You can always contact your banker or travel agency to make it possible for you to gain access to some Mexican pesos. Some things you can do in Mexico are bike around Mexico City, which is a very common thing to do. Learn how to cook, explore ancient reunions, search the street art, take a dip in the water, get a nice tan, museums, and so much more. You should try it for yourself. Everything you do in Mexico will change your perseverance. Mexico is known for amazing getaway resorts. You must try it out in a few weeks. You won't regret it whatsoever.
The Game Designing Club was started this year by a senior named Tobias Prime, Mr. Prime's son. He started the club with his father because he wanted to share his game and designing skills with the other students and show them how to code and make games. They are currently designing a game in hopes to finish it by the end of the school year. They are currently trying to make a mini pixel game, kind of like a Mario game. It's easier for them to split up and contribute their thoughts into games instead of just one person doing everything themselves, like coding, designing, and making the story plot. There's not a whole lot of students who wanted to join this year. There is an event called Game Jam where many game designers join together and pick one topic for a game and create a game based on the topic. This club most likely will not continue past this year due to Tobias being a senior who mostly knows all the coding skills. They are using an app called Pixel that is open on many platforms. It is free, so you can download it on your computer, MacBook, iPad, or even your phone. Making a game requires patience and knowledge on coding and designing a game. It's not the easiest task to learn, but it is definitely worth it in the end. The people in the club said it is fun and interesting to learn. Fortunately, there are some jobs you can get with video game designing degrees, like software developer, graphic designer, software engineer, and even an artist.
Thank you, teachers, for letting the students come out of the room to record little videos for us in Cardinal TV. We appreciate everything you've done, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, NHS students, for your willingness to be on Cardinal TV.
Thank you to admin for support of Cardinal TV.
This wraps up
Season 2
of
Cardinal TV.
broadcasting.
See you next year.
Go Cards.
Hey Cards, thanks for tuning in to Cardinal TV broadcasting this year, and hopefully you guys have incredibly enjoyed it. We greatly appreciate everyone's support and help with making this year's Cardinal TV episodes successful. It takes everybody here at Newton High School to create a successful episode, from students to staff to administration. So thank you so much, and go Cards. Have a great summer.